Imagine building like $1 billion empire, looking out at everything you've created, and then being told that your success actually has absolutely nothing to do with your own brilliance.
I mean, that is a tough pill to swallow for anyone, right?
Oh, definitely. So today we are taking a deep dive into this ancient text, Ezekiel chapter 31, alongside a modern devotional reflection from the 7-step QT notes for July 26, 2026.
Right, which is such a fascinating pairing.
It really is. Our mission here is to explore the timeless trap of pride and how our modern obsession with finding the perfect formula for success might just be completely blinding us.
Okay, let's unpack this. We have this modern obsession today, right?
Yeah.
We just want the perfect formula.
Yeah, we really do. We want to believe that if we just turn the right dials, like wake up at 5 a.m., optimize our workflow, whatever, we can just manufacture our own greatness. It gives us this really comforting illusion of total control.
But to understand that modern obsession, we actually need to look backwards. We have to see how ancient empires fell into the exact same trap. Right, and that brings us to Ezekiel 31. The text uses this incredibly vivid imagery to describe the empire of Assyria. It pictures them as this massive towering cedar of Lebanon.
And Assyria wasn't just some random nation. They were like this terrifying military powerhouse that absolutely dominated the ancient Near East.
Exactly. They were the superpower of their day.
Yeah, and the text describes how all the birds of the heavens nested in its branches, meaning all these lesser nations found protection or, well, subjugation under its shadow. Even the legendary trees of Eden envied its beauty.
Right, but the text makes this crucial distinction about all that massive growth. That tree didn't grow itself. It was fed by these abundant, deep underground waters, meaning its source of power was a gift.
It was entirely external.
Exactly, it was external. What's fascinating here is that the deep waters, the blessings that caused the growth, were a gift. But the tree mistook that gift for its own inherent greatness. Its immense height literally made its heart proud.
It's like a massive tech unicorn that scales way too fast, totally dominates the market, and completely forgets who provided their seed funding in the first place.
Right, that is a perfect analogy.
Yes.
Because it forgot where its water came from. The tree is violently cut down by ruthless foreigners and cast down to Sheol.
Which is the pit, right, the underworld.
Yeah, the ancient concept of the underworld.
Yeah.
And this whole narrative is actually a geopolitical threat aimed at Egypt's Pharaoh. It's basically warning him, like, look at the greatest superpower in the world. They fell because they thought they were self-made.
Right.
You're next.
Wow. But that ancient delusion of self-made greatness, it didn't die with Assyria. We just gave it a modern name, which is statistical correlation.
Right.
The devotional notes highlight this reflection from an author whose former job was literally finding statistical correlations, controlling variables A and B to increase sales and profit margins.
And we apply that exact same math to our lives today. We attribute a child's academic success entirely to our flawless parenting, or a booming business to us just working ourselves to death.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though, because I have to push back a little on this. Don't hard work and good choices actually correlate with success in the real world? Like, studying does lead to better grades.
Well, yeah, this text isn't denying that.
Yeah.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, worldly variables might correlate with temporary outcomes. Hard work absolutely matters in the short term.
Right.
But the argument here is that ultimate, enduring success comes down to one truth: knowing God. The devotional makes this profound point that neither towering exaltation nor crushing humiliation naturally produces true humility.
Wait, really? Shouldn't a massive, crushing failure automatically make someone humble?
You would think so, but no. Stripping away someone's success often just leaves them bitter and angry.
Because their entire self-worth was still tied to that success.
Exactly. Humiliation just means you lost the game you were playing. The text argues that true humility only occurs when you recognize God's love and justice. Only that realization reestablishes your worth as a gift, not a wage you earned.
So, what does this all mean for you, the listener? It's really a moment to evaluate the math you're using. Are you measuring your worth by your career, your income, your influence? Are you taking credit for the gifts entrusted to you?
It is just remarkably easy to admire how far our own branches have spread without ever looking down at the roots.
Yeah, so true. So I want to leave you with a final thought to ponder. If both towering success and crushing failure can ultimately fail to teach us humility, how might that completely redefine the way you should react to your very next major victory or defeat?